Sacred Gates. My name is Illura. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. I haven't done a video podcast or video upload in some time, but I thought I'd just invite you for the beginning part, or before I start a ritual that I do after we've had several clients get manifestations from the sacred gates. So we offer manifestation healing, which actually means that if you have something that you desire that is in alignment with your higher self, we help you to manifest that. And we have a special healing table in our healing room where we create configurations. We do use crystals, sigils, grids, but ultimately it is the work, the healing that we tend to on a very regular basis with the manifestations of that which you desire. So when we create some of these manifestations, like I said, we do use crystals. So when we come to the end of a manifestation or working with someone or something for someone, we cleanse the crystals. We also sometimes have images that we will burn. And we also have some of the sigil work so that we will also release. And how we release these energies into the next transformation. Releasing is a transformative process. So we're releasing these configurations, these thoughts, these desires, these energies, these concepts, these manifestations of reality. We are transforming them into a much lighter vibration. And this is just and it's a cleansing thing, especially because we've come to the end of some of the manifestations, or some of them have just begun, but we are burning the creation of the sigil because I use a couple of pieces of paper for some of them. So fire is a wonderful, as you probably know, many people get cremated. I've seen someone cremated. It's quite an intense process, but it is a very purifying experience to be using fire in this way. And we really do get to see and come into alignment and intimate with fire in a healing way. So we use a small amount of fire to burn and transform from this earthly realm, transform it into smoke and ether, and it raises the vibration and releases it from the atmosphere. And so that's particularly good with clients that you've been working with that have passed on and moved on, or clients that are no longer requiring healing. You can keep their photo for a little while, and eventually there is a time where you are guided to let it go. And so what I have here, I have, yes, the crystals to cleanse. I have an old frying pan, which is helpful for burning things in. I don't have tongs, but that's a really good idea. Take a mental note, Illura. Get some tongs. And I do have a mortar and pestle. This is just what I've used to break down the soot when it hasn't broken down so well, and we'll carry it. But I'm also using this today. You can actually burn things in here too if you've got a small amount of burning to do. And the sage, of course, is optional. You don't have to use sage. It did come, which was really nice to have sage back in my life after many years of not having it. And it came with a bunch of crystals that I bought online. So I've been using that again, which is really nice. I do love the smell of sage. I find sage, it's a sacred gate. All of these things are a sacred gate. Ritual is a sacred gate into higher dimensions. Sage, it awakens your spirit senses. The act of using sage awakens your spirit senses, and the smell of sage itself, and of course it has its own sacred medicine, its consciousness as a sage plant. So that's also very nice to use. This wood here is been doused in some kind of, probably not all natural chemical. I actually really like the smell of it. It smells like pine, and this burns very, very quickly. And because I have these bigger images here to burn today, I'm using some wood. I won't actually do the burning with you because I'm going to turn the camera off for that and go into a ritualized state. And I also have over here a cup of tea, which I think is always nice to keep you hydrated, because quite often when we've finished doing ritual work and release work, whether it's a massage, a healing, a ritual like this, it's really important to stay hydrated, because after you've gone through a certain level of release and change, or been part of an experience like that, you often will feel the urge to drink something. And I do believe that the water element is very powerful. It helps to transmute, transform also, and release toxins. And it also helps to transport the sacred knowledge through your body, and helps to support your physical vital energy as well. You can also use an instrument. Again, this is all about awakening the senses, and it's all about the sacred gateway. So this is a drum. I've never shown you my drum, but it's a beautiful drum. It's a Native American drum, and it was made by me actually many moons ago, and I have it with me here, and the beater of course as well is here. So using the drum also helps to invoke your senses. It helps to open a gateway. The drum is a sacred gate, and it helps you to get connected and enter into the sacred higher bodies of your own light. And that's what I will be doing now. So thank you for joining me just for this little introduction to ritual work. It's all about your intent. It's all about your sacred mindset and entering through into a sense of sacredness. One thing I like about living in Thailand is that you often will see, outside shops just on the concrete on the side of the road, someone's very small altar. It doesn't have to be a big elaborate affair. It doesn't need to include things that cost a lot of money, and it can be done anywhere. And so this kind of ritual, it's sacred, but it's not a big over-the-top affair. It's just something small and humble and sacred that you just take some time to do in private. So you would never do this kind of thing in a public space. Do not recommend. Okay, so thank you so much. And once I've actually burnt the things that I'm going to transform here with the help of the element of fire, I then will throw them over the garden into the leaves or under a tree, somewhere fertile or somewhere that needs more fertility as well, and just allow the abundance to grow around us, all the things that have been released and transformed. It's also a really nice way to spend some time outside, because if you live a busy life, often you don't get to spend much time in your own garden. So that's also a nice element to it as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please feel free, as I said, to subscribe if you haven't already. And we do offer manifestation healings through the sacred gates. They can be for a 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, ongoing. It all depends on what it is that you require, and we absolutely tend to them with great care and sacredness for you. And we also give you updates and can refresh them, as things sometimes do change when you manifest, when you are in the process of changing what you receive in your life for your highest good. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now.